Welcome to this week's episode of Luv Subbin, and if you're wondering why the opening is looking a little bit different than normal, well, here's what we originally filmed. Pilot on Apollo 11, and he lived a wonderful life.
It was pretty windy that day.
Yeah, it didn't work.
But if you're looking for some place to go while you're getting your Airstream serviced, look no farther than 10 miles north to Wapakoneta, which has the Neil Armstrong Air and Space Museum.
We'll also show you an awesome place to have lunch there that we absolutely loved.
So I hope you enjoy the video.
I am absolutely blown away at the number of Ohio astronauts. I mean, obviously there's Neil Armstrong, which we're here to see, and of course John Glenn, but James Lovell, who of course achieved fame with Apollo 13, Judith Resnick, who died aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger, and just this whole row of astronauts. Wow.
So this is Neil Armstrong's spacesuit from his Gemini 8 mission.
Which you were like sitting in a replica of, huh?
Exactly, outside.
I think there's a Gemini right over here. Let's check it out, see? So this is the exact Gemini. It's on loan from the Smithsonian, and this was being used to practice docking, which was going to be an important part of the Apollo missions, that they had to dock with the Lunar excursion module. But what happened is this thing had an emergency in which one of the thrusters freaked out and started spinning the spacecraft. And Armstrong, because of his great piloting skills, was able to retain control of the spacecraft and shorten the mission and bring it down. But it was really highlighting his abilities as a airman and a spacecraft commander, which would do well for him when he had to land Apollo 11 by himself. Pretty cool. I mean, this thing is sweet old core. And it is on loan from the Smithsonian.
So they had an interesting meal packaging solution, and I think they freeze-dried most everything. The cream of tomato soup, chicken and rice, the coffee, they had applesauce, beef and potatoes, tuna salad, which I'm not sure how appetizing that looks.
Tuna salad isn't appetizing on Earth, never mind in space.
But anyway, it looks good. It's his backup suit. Weighs 190 pounds on Earth, but only 32 pounds on the moon.
So what does this say?
This is the Infinity Room. Makes me want to quote Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond.
Pretty neat. It's a neat effect.
It is.
As you can see, many of the world's great Americans have been Eagle Scouts, including the co-founder of Luv Subbin. But I didn't get the Distinguished Eagle Scout Award like Neil did, but definitely very proud to be an Eagle Scout.
You're in good company.
I am in good company with Neil. So here we can see a wheel, a tire, an actual tire from the space shuttle. And it weighs 260 pounds, and they inflate it to 340 psi with nitrogen. However, if you check the Goodyear tire inflation chart, it'll probably say to inflate it to something much lower, usually around 25 psi.
Exactly. So what are you doing?
I am trying to land the lunar module. I'm pushing the throttle forward.
Is it doing anything?
I don't know. Looks like, oh.
You're coming down pretty fast. Did you crash?
Oh no, Neil couldn't have done better than that. Come on, look at that.
At least you didn't explode.
Lunar contact, sweet. Wasn't quite successful. Let's see Cindy trying to land the LEM.
So what am I doing here?
You're trying to land the LEM on the moon.
Right, but I don't understand my,
Just give it more power.
What's the power?
Push buttons and give it more power.
Oh, okay.
There you go, that was pretty cool. There she comes in.
Oop, I landed. Let's see if I did better than you.
So what do you think, Cindy? Did you land?
I don't know. I was distracted by the guy who was giving me my hat, so I did land.
So clearly it wasn't a lack of aeronautical skills, it was a bit distraction.
I don't know.
What do you say there, Beans?
That looks like an interesting old building there. Almost looks like a Mason style, because look at the symbology on it. And that drugstore is dated 1881 with the brick front.
Just classic downtown America. Look at that.
Interesting how some of these buildings have names on them.
So we were looking for a place to have lunch, and a good resource is TripAdvisor. Listed #1 was J. Marie's, so we thought we'd go by and give it a shot.
One of the ways I knew that this was going to be a good place was that oftentimes in the Midwest, they really glorify their high school sports teams by having pictures all over the wall, and I love that. Throw in a wood-fired pizza oven, and this place was jackpot.
The cider here is excellent. I have a strawberry cider, and it tastes like the essence of strawberries, like a strawberry shortcake, but not too sweet.
And I have a brown ale from Jackie O Brewing.
Delicious.
So how was it, Beans?
So it was very, very good. All the sandwiches tasted very, very fresh, and you really enjoyed the mac and cheese side, didn't you?
It was excellent. We didn't capture it on film, but it was
pretty
great.
crowded in there, and we didn't want to disturb anybody else. But yeah, I mean, I would say this was worth going to after the museum.
And anybody, like I say, if you're in Jackson Center getting your Airstream repaired or worked on, and you're like, where should we go to eat?
This place was really good.
Look no further. In Wapakoneta.
And it was very local,
Even better.
very popular with the locals.
All right, let's see what else we can find downtown.
Yep.
All right, we're kind of ending our Neil Armstrong tour by hitting his boyhood home here in Wapakoneta. I asked the waitress, by the way, after being eviscerated in our New Mexico video, saying the town was Bellin when it's actually Ballin. I wanted to make sure I was pronouncing it correctly. And she said it's both Wapakoneta and Wapakoneta, but I think most of the locals call it Wapakoneta.
Correct.
But yeah, this is his boyhood home.
Yes, he moved here in 1944. This house was built in 1908, and he spent a lot of his youth here.
And he learned to fly at a local field nearby on the airplane that we actually saw in the museum there.
Exactly.
And got his pilot's license even before he got his driver's license.
Really? That's fascinating.
Kind of destined to do that kind of stuff.
Right, exactly. So this was a neat little surprise to see. It just sort of added to the whole day for us today.
Right, especially with Michael Collins passing just a few days ago. It's a pretty cool place to see. To think that from that small house right there, one of the greatest accomplishments in humankind occurred.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on.
So as promised, at the end of the video, we were going to give a couple of refrigerator tips, something we haven't shared before. And I've been testing this swag bag out. And for two reasons, I think this is an excellent idea. Number one, it compacts your vegetables into a nice tight storage space for your refrigerator if you have a smaller refrigerator and not the residential size. The second thing, as I've noticed, when my refrigerator went below freezing, it protected my lettuce from getting freeze burn, which was enormous. So for two reasons, I recommend this little swag bag. The second thing I will recommend is this little thermodrop, which I put in the fridge. You leave it on constantly, and it will tell you accurately the temperature of your refrigerator. And bonus is that it has a button to push, and it will light up so that you can see the temperature. And if you hit it one more time, it will tell you the highest and lowest temperature that your refrigerator has reached. So that's very good for travel days.
Right, because we don't use our propane when we travel. And, you know, we went 6 hours recently, and we had unfortunately frozen our eggs.
That's true.
And by the time we towed 6 hours with our fridge off, the eggs were still frozen.
So if you like this video, give us a big thumbs up.
And if you think we've earned a subscription, click to subscribe.
And comment below if you visit the Airstream factory and have any tips of where to go when you're getting serviced.
And don't comment if you're a moon landing denier. I don't want to hear about you. We come out with RV and Airstream related videos just like this one every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.